going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Ram Detecting. This week we got a little different video. We're going to do a Q&A. Weather outside's not that great, and I did try to get out this weekend and do a little detecting, but just didn't work out, so we're doing this instead. So I asked you guys on Facebook and Instagram to give me a few questions. I'm going to try to answer them, and let's just jump into it. All right, guys, the first question comes from our good friend Montana Thomas. He asked, what would be your dream to find while out detecting? I think I've kind of answered this question before, but my number one bucket lister is a Civil War plate or buckle. I don't care if it's Union or Confederate. It doesn't matter to me. Breastplate, anything like that. I think I'd be over the moon ecstatic about it, like everybody else. And that's my number one bucket list and dream find. Jeff Smith asked, do you own more than one detector, and do you prefer one over the other? I do own more than one detector. I have the Simplex, the Nokta Micro Simplex, and I have the Bounty Hunter Time Ranger Pro that I got from the good folks over at Bounty Hunter. No, I don't really have a preference over one over the other, really. It just depends on what I'm doing. The Bounty Hunter Time Ranger Pro is super light. That thing's a relic hunting machine. I really like it. It doesn't have the depth that the Simplex has, in my opinion. But man, I've had some good luck out of that thing. And the Simplex, you know, man, it's just an awesome machine. You can go underwater with it. It's collapsible. It's just all around a great machine. And I've really enjoyed that machine also. Our good friend Jeremy Briggs from over at Toad Suck Metal Detecting, I'll leave a link down below. Y'all go check him out. What is the farthest that you have traveled to go detecting? I wouldn't say gone detecting. It was kind of to go detecting. I would say I did it while I was there, but I always, when we go to the beach or anything like that, I always carry a detector with me, and I think Panama City might have been the furthest that I've been with a detector. Panama City Beach in Florida. We do have a trip coming up soon, so hopefully you guys stay tuned for that video. Some more beach action, maybe. We'll see. But yeah, I'd say that was probably the farthest that I've traveled. To go along with the do I own several metal detectors? Russ Balberona, if you don't got, I'm probably killing your name, Russ. With Bounty Hunter asks, how are you liking the Time Ranger Pro? Russ, I love the Time Ranger Pro. It's without a doubt one of the best things I've ever won. And I love it. I pick it up more than I probably pick up any other machine. I just love using it. It's easy to use, easy to ground balance. I really like that it runs on a different frequency, 19 kilohertz, I believe it runs at. I plan on using the Time Ranger Pro for the Garrett hunt in the spring for that reason, because it runs at a different frequency. You know, I don't get a lot of chatter and a lot of interference from the other detectors. And plus, man, that thing's light, and I love the shape of the coil, and I can get in there and just have a good time, a good day with it, and I don't feel fatigued at the end of the day from swinging it. So, Russ, I love that thing. So, Jacob Brewer asked, how about tips on asking for permissions? All right, that's a good question. So right now, in my opinion, door knocking may be out of the question just because of the certain circumstances with the virus and everything. But if I see somebody out in their yard working and somewhere that I might have an interest in, I'll stop and pull in and chit chat with them and just be friendly. Just be nice, be presentable, respect their boundaries, and just ask. I mean, all I can say is no. Also, I find that a lot of good Facebook groups, like your local museums group and local county history groups, is a good place to ask for permissions also. So there's a couple tips. George J. Sturpka. I hope I pronounced that right. Asked, I understand that trying to detect on wet soil is pointless. True or false? But then how is one able to use a detector while underwater? Is a special head required? Have detectors become more sensitive? If so, and how long? Okay, that's a lot to that question. But the first question is detecting on wet soil pointless? False. Quite the opposite. Detecting in wet soil makes any object in the ground more conductive. So I love going detecting right after a good rain or something like that because it always makes the signals pop. Everything seems like you get more depth and stuff like that. So, um, and how are you able to use a detector underwater? Is a special head required? Well, there are special detectors made just for diving and stuff like that. But in shallow water, like the Simplex, AT Pro, and AT Max, and other detectors, the Equinox, say my Simplex, it can go, I think, 10 feet underwater. So they're already waterproof and designed for that, and you don't need anything special. Just a detector and some warm weather. Have detectors become more sensitive? Yes. In my opinion, detectors, the technology and stuff has and will keep growing. So I think that's why we go back to spots. Say I have a Civil War permission. I'm going back to spots, and with each new detector, a little better detector, I keep finding different things and in spots that I know I've gone over. And this place was beat to death before I even got the permission. So I know for a fact they've got. A good friend, Jamie O'Rourke, from our group asked, do you find the difference in soil depth capability with different machines, or are they the same? Yes, they are different with different machines. My Simplex hits a little deeper than my Time Ranger Pro, in my opinion. Uh, my AT Pro hit better than my Aces and stuff, and so on and so forth. It just depends on what type of coil you use. Also, so the bigger the coil, a lot of times you get more depth, but you lose separation in targets. So a smaller coil will get you better separation, but you may not get as much depth. She also asks, do you notice a difference in depth of detecting ability based on the soil conditions? And that goes back to our previous question. If the ground is wet, then the targets are going to be more conductive. You'll get probably usually better depth, and so on and so forth. So yeah, there's that. Here's their last question. Can you detect where Santa's sleigh went across your yard Christmas night? Um, uh, we usually put out reindeer feed or reindeer food. The kids do sometimes for Santa for the reindeer. So maybe I might try that this year. See if he dropped a bill or gold coins out of his pocket or something. Leon Titus asked, "What's the best bounty hunter detector for coins?" Um, in my opinion, they're all good. I had a guy tell me one time, "Son, you can't find coins or relics where there aren't any." So I believe you need to know your area you're hunting, and know what you might find. That is to say, if you're hunting a park, you're probably going to find more coins and stuff like that. So yeah, you just kind of got to know your area, know where people have been, and I found coins with all my bounty hunter products. Robert Weeblet asked how to increase chances of finding a gold ring in a park. He goes on to saying he's found 14 karat gold rings, 14 karat, 10 karat gold rings, and all these things. Sounds like you're doing pretty good, bud. Uh, and he's found it all in various park digs, digging nickel signals and below. So that's a good tip too. Um, he says he also found a lot of gold rings on the beach and stuff like that. Any suggesting stuff for the parks? Well, always dig your pull tab signals for one thing. I try to dig everything. I get in the habit of not doing that, especially if I know it's a piece of cancel or something. But you're not going to find that gold if you're not digging those signals. So you got to dig it all. I know it's been said millions of times, but you got to dig it all and increase your chances. Um, you need to go where I've said this before about the coins, but you need to go where people are. So basketball courts, uh, tot lots. Tot lots is a great place to find gold jewelry and rings and stuff like that around swings and stuff because the moms are pushing the kids and then shoot, there goes the ring necklaces and stuff like that. I have a few videos I'll try to link here, so you might go back and see me find some things like that at the tot lots. All right, guys, there you have it. If I missed anybody's questions, I'm sorry. I had a pretty good list here. But if you like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you hadn't already. And click that little bell, let you know when we got new videos up. I try to do them every Tuesday. And like I say, guys, we'll see you next time. Bye.